Shedeur Sanders was kind of his fall was the story of the draft. Basically, every pick from like the second round to the fifth round, they were mentioning Shedeur Sanders, whether you listened on NFL Network or ESPN or whoever. Were you shocked that he fell so late? And did you expect the Browns to take him?
Well, I was shocked the Browns took him because of what they did in the third round. They drafted Dylan Gabriel out of Oregon. And yeah, his drop was definitely out there. I mean, his drop, it made our most viral video on TikTok. We posted a video before saying he was going to be top 10. Me and another bug on our show had him going 9 to the Saints. And every pick, it just kept the views kept going up and up. And I was like, man, this is shocking. Um, I think a lot of it has to do maybe with the off the field. Well, I would say like the interview process. Reports are he did sandbag his interviews, which is a bad look. Um, I think the talent's there for him. His arm isn't the best, and maybe that's the case. If he was like a Cam Ward or like a Caleb Williams of years past, if he had that exact talent, I think teams would overlook the sandbagging and the cockiness, and they would have drafted him early. But if you're going to disrespect the general managers and the owners in their eyes, I'm not saying that he did. I wasn't in the room. Then they're going to stick together. This is NFL is not the NBA. It's not a player-run league. It's an NFL. It's an owner-run league, honestly. So they stuck together, and hey, he's on the Browns. I think he has a good shot to start this year at some point. I don't think Gabriel is the answer. Joe Flacco's not the answer, and Kenny Pickett's not the answer. So it is a shock. I think it is. I don't think he's fifth round talent. I think that was a slap in the face, honestly. And I don't think he should have been drafted in the fifth round. I think second round was where he should have gone. But he has a chance to prove himself. You know, his chance to go out there and make a name for himself. I am shocked that Cleveland did draft him too.
Well, with Cleveland, with such a weird QB room, Deshaun Watson's probably not going to play at all this season. So then you're going to have Joe Flacco, Kenny Pickett, Dylan Gabriel, and Sid Sanders. One of those quarterbacks, in my opinion, will probably get traded because we all know that one of the there's probably a starting quarterback that's going to get hurt and someone's going to make a trade. I'm assuming they would trade for Kenny Pickett just because Joe
Yeah.
Flacco's getting older and the Browns don't want to mess that one up again. But I mean, it'd be interesting to see because I think Sanders will start at least 1 or 2 games this season. Not sure if will be ready for it, but I think he's eventually going to start.
Yeah. I do think Pickett's the odd man out. If it's going to be traded or cut, I think Joe having the experience, I think they've already said today he's the preseason or like going into training camp like starter. Obviously, like things can change. I think Gabriel will probably be an emergency quarterback, and I think Shedeur will be the backup. I think Kenny's the odd man out.
You think he could beat out Dylan Gabriel for that, I guess, number 2 spot?
Yeah, I think Shedeur. I mean, I know Gabriel's a better like accuracy with Shedeur Sanders, but Dylan Gabriel is a little more athletic, a little more mobile. He does have a pretty good zip on the ball, but he's so short. And I don't think the Browns are going to, especially in that division, the AFC North. You're going to need some type of size, some type of accuracy with the defense they have there. So I do think that Shedeur will be the backup. I think he's going to prove himself. Not saying he's going to be great or anything, but I just don't think Dylan Gabriel's the guy to be the backup.
Well, I didn't think he'd be drafted so early. He was drafted in around number 3. I thought he was going to be like maybe a 5th or 6th round pick, but it kind of was the opposite effect where Sanders was
Yeah.
5th and the 3rd. But with Shedeur Sanders, and when I don't know if you saw the moment, but when the Browns took him, they didn't look super thrilled. Do you think that was possibly Jimmy Haslam saying you take them, or basically it was his decision to draft Sanders?
See, I'm not a fan of that whole because we actually talked about that off air. Like the Falcons, the same way. The owner didn't look happy. Arthur Blank didn't look happy when Penix got drafted. I think a lot of that is like after the fact they've already made the call, and I would like to see their faces during the phone call. I didn't see that video if it was released. Um, I think being a fifth round quarter or fifth round pick too. I don't think the owners and general manager are going to be like overexcited like they would be if a guy fell to the second round because it's kind of a late pick. So it's like you're taking a chance on a guy. I do think Cleveland is going to be the talk of the town, the talk of the NFL, at least one of the talks, and it's going to definitely be interesting to see. I would love for them to be hard knocks, like how the Giants were last year, where we could see how it was on draft night before the draft, what I thought about Shedeur Sanders, because that would be the end all be all, in my opinion, of what the reaction truly was.